Hari Om, my name is Diti.
Hari Om, my name is Ravi. On behalf of the entire Chinmaya family, it gives me great joy to welcome you all to this very special occasion, our 2026 Balagihar graduation ceremony. We are blessed by the presence of Swami Aparijitananda and from Yamunotri and our own Swami Sharanananda. Today we celebrate not just academic milestones, but a deeper journey, one rooted in culture, character, and consciousness. To truly appreciate what brings us together today, let us take a moment to reflect on the vision that started it all. Chinmaya Mission was founded in 1953 by the visionary saint and teacher Swami Chinmayananda, fondly known to us as Puja Gurudev. At a time when India had just gained independence and was looking outward to rebuild, Gurudev looked inward to the timeless wisdom of the Upanishads, the Bhagavad Gita, and the rich spiritual heritage of Sanatana Dharma. He saw a need, not just for religious survival, but for spiritual clarity and cultural confidence. He wanted to ensure that the eternal truths of Vedanta weren't locked away in temples or books, but lived and breathed in daily life, especially by the youth. That is how Balagihar was born.
Gurudev once said, "Children are not vessels to be filled, but lamps to be lit." Balavihar is that sacred spark. It's where stories become values, where chanting becomes character, where heritage becomes identity. For these graduates, Balavihar has not just been a Sunday class, it has been a second home, a space where they've explored not just who they are, but why they are. From Hanuman's strength to Krishna's compassion, from the Gita's wisdom to Guru's grace. They've absorbed lessons that will light their way long after today. Chinmaya Mission's motto is to give maximum happiness to the maximum number for the maximum time. And Gurudev's dream was to raise a generation that is rooted yet ready. Firmly grounded in values, but bold enough to serve the world. Today, as these young minds prepare to step into adulthood, we celebrate not just their achievements, but their becoming. We thank their parents, their teachers, their acharyas, and above all, Gurudev, whose vision continues to guide us like a steady lamp in the storm. So let us begin the ceremony with reverence, with joy, and with the pride of knowing that these graduates don't just carry a diploma, they carry the light of knowledge and the spirit of our Chinmaya. But before we begin, I wanted to quickly take a moment to give you an expectation of the sequence of events and approximately how long this function will take. In the past, this program has taken about 3 hours, but we've tried to condense the schedule into 2 hours and 30 minutes. We have accounted for contingencies and do hope we will finish on time. Your patience will be greatly appreciated. If you do need to step out, please do so in a quiet manner to preserve the sanctity of this event. As always, we will begin the ceremony with a puja and chanting, followed by an address to the graduates from our Swamijis and others. The graduates will then recount their time at the mission and give us a glimpse into what they plan to do as an army stepping out into this world. The last part of this ceremony will consist of other speakers, a parent, a chick, and a Balavihar teacher giving our freshly minted graduates advice for the future. Concluding prayers will be followed by the dinner.
As we gather to celebrate the achievements of our graduates, it is only fitting that we first turn our minds to the source of all knowledge. We will begin with the puja, during which we seek the blessings of Saraswati Devi to guide us towards right understanding, inner refinement, and lifelong learning. Saraswati Devi is the goddess of knowledge, and we worship her for fluidity in speech and fluidity in thought. May her grace inspire eloquence in our words, depth in our thoughts, and light in our hearts as we step forward into new chapters of life. Let us now enter this sacred moment with reverence and openness, inviting the presence of Mother Saraswati into our midst. To begin this auspicious occasion, Swami Sharanananda will be leading our graduates through the Saraswati Puja. I would like to remind the graduates to use only one petal at a time during the puja.
See, there is no our own Swami and our other Swami, it is not like that. All are our Swamis. Okay? If we are to give the grass to the child, what will happen to the child? If the child is born, we will give grass to the child, eat that grass. What will happen? Will the child survive? But if you give that grass to the cow, then what cow will do? Cow will get the essence from that grass, it will convert into milk, and that milk we can take. Anybody can take. A child can also take. In the same way, Goddess Saraswati is the knowledge, it's like the grass. Okay? It's not a good comparison, but I am just giving so you can understand the meaning of it. But the Guru, he uses that in his life, he makes into simple wisdom and then he imparts us. That's why we are doing the puja of Goddess Saraswati and Puja Gurudev together. Om Achyutaya Namaha. Yes, you take water from the spoon in the left hand and put in the right hand and sip that one. And tell Achyutaya Namaha. Om Anantaya Namaha. Om fast. Om Govindaya Namaha. This time take the water and keep in the hand. Om Achyutananda Govindebhyo Namaha. Then both the hands clean and if you have napkin, then wipe it. Om Agamartham tu Devanam Gamanartham tu Rakhyasam Ghantaravam Karomyado Devata Ahvana Karanam. Take it right of flower petal, hold in the hand. Suklam Varadharam Vishnum Sasivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyaye Sarva Vignopasantaye. And offer the flower in the plate. Then keep the flower, kill the sankalpa.
Take one flower petal, keep it on your right hand, place it on your right thigh, close it with your left hand.
Okay, please repeat. Mamopata Samasta Durita Kshayadvara Asmin Subhamuhurte Jnana Vairagya Bhakti Tatha Vidya Vinaya Praptyartham Sri Saraswati Pujam Sri Pujya Gurudeva Sri Chinmayananda Swaminah Pujam Adya Karisye Atha Dhyanam.
Offer it unto the altar.
Yes. Then keep both the hands on the heart. Then we chant together. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurureva Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Saraswati Namastubhyam, Varade Kamarupini, Vidyarambham Karishyami, Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. Om Sri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Om Sri Saraswati Namaha. Hrudi Dhyayami. Dhyanam Samarpayami. Take one flower petal and offer in the plate. Om Sri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Om Sri Saraswati Namaha. the left hand on the heart and the right hand in the plate. Avahayami. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Om Shri Saraswati Namaha. Now remove the hand and then take one flower petal. Asanam Samarpayami. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Om Shri Saraswati Namaha. You have given water. Padyam Samarpayami. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Om Shri Saraswati Namaha. Take little water in the spoon and offer. Arghyam Samarpayami. Everything in the right hand. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Om Shri Saraswati Namaha. Achamanyam Samarpayami. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Om Shri Saraswati Namaha. Take it water and offer. Snaniyam Samarpayami. Take to hold it to rice or flower petal, whatever is there. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Om Shri Saraswati Namaha. Vastrartham Puspani Samarpayami. Now Gandhalepanam. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Om Shri Saraswati Namaha. You are given chandan. You make the finger wet and then toss the.
It's in the boxes, in the silver and the golden boxes.
Everyone open the boxes.
So open it.
Boxes each. Just open the lids.
Make the ring finger wet and then put there and then
Chandan is the one that is in the right side.
apply on the forehead of the
Wet, wet your finger.
Light pink.
Gandhan dharayami. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Om Shri Saraswati Namaha. Take a flower and here some will offer flower like that. Yes. Can you? It's very good. Puspamalam Samarpayami. You offer that flower. Puspaihi Archayami. Now chant yes. We chant yes. Now for the 27 names of Puja Gurudev, 27 names of Goddess Saraswati, they will chant, but it will be lead and follow. When they chant, you hold the flower, then repeat and offer. Okay. Start.
Om Ajaya Namaha. Om Avyayaya Namaha. Om Avinashine Namaha. Om Acintyaya Namaha. Om Aprameyaya Namaha. Om Advitiyaya Namaha. Om Aniketaya Namaha. Om Anushasana Priyaya Namaha. Om ॐ उदारहृदयाय नमः ॐ उत्साहवर्धकाय नमः ॐ एकस्मै नमः ॐ ओङ्कारविदे नमः ॐ करुणासागराय नमः ॐ कर्मपरायणाय नमः ॐ कालातीताय नमः ॐ कैवल्यस्वरूपाय नमः ॐ कृतात्मने नमः ॐ कृतकृत्याय नमः ॐ गीताज्ञानयज्ञप्रचारकाय नमः ॐ गुरवे नमः ॐ गुणातीताय नमः ॐ गुणातीताय नमः ॐ गुणातीताय नमः ॐ गुणातीताय नमः ॐ श्रीगुरवे नमः
ॐ सरस्वत्यै नमः ॐ महाभद्रायै नमः ॐ महामायायै नमः ॐ वरप्रदायै नमः ॐ श्रीप्रदायै नमः ॐ पद्मनिलयायै नमः ॐ पद्माक्ष्यै नमः ॐ पद्मवक्त्रकायै नमः ॐ शिवानुजायै नमः ॐ पुस्तकभृते नमः ॐ ज्ञानमुद्रायै नमः ॐ रमायै नमः ॐ परायै नमः ॐ महाविद्यायै नमः ॐ महापातकनाशिन्यै नमः ॐ महाश्रयायै नमः ॐ मालिन्यै नमः ॐ महाभोगायै नमः ॐ महाभुजायै नमः ॐ महाभागायै नमः ॐ महोत्साहायै नमः ॐ दिव्याङ्गायै नमः ॐ सुरवन्दितायै नमः ॐ महाकाल्यै नमः ॐ महापाशायै नमः ॐ महाकारायै नमः ॐ महाकारायै नमः ॐ महाकारायै नमः ॐ महाकारायै नमः ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः
ओम श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः पुष्पाणि समर्पयामि ओम श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः धूपम् अग्रापयामि ओम श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः दीपं संदर्शयामि ओम श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः ओम भूर्भुवः वस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ प्राणाय स्वाहा ॐ अपानाय स्वाहा ॐ व्यानाय स्वाहा ॐ उदानाय स्वाहा ॐ समानाय स्वाहा ॐ ब्रह्मणे स्वाहा। ब्रह्मार्पणम् अस्तु। ॐ श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। महानैवेद्यं निवेदयामि। ॐ नगत्र सूर्यो भाति चन्द्रतारकं नीमादित्यो भाति कुतो यमग्निः तमेव भान्तमनुभाति सर्वं तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति। ॐ सद्गुरुदेवाय विद्महे परब्रह्मणे धीमहि तन्नो गुरुः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ सरस्वत्यै च विद्महे ब्रह्मपत्नी च धीमहि तन्नो सरस्वती प्रचोदयात्। ॐ श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। मङ्गलनीराजनं सन्दर्शयामि। ओम श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। छत्रम that no yes that's testing it. छत्रम समर्पयामि। And the white. चामरं बीजयामि। व्यजनकं सन्दर्शयामि। गीतं श्रावयामि। निधि
जयति जय जय मां सरस्वती 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 जयति वीणा वादिनी जयति वीणा वादिनी जयति जय जय मां सरस्वती जयति जय जय मां सरस्वती जयति पद्मासना माता जयति पद्मासना माता जयति शुभवरदायिनी जयति शुभवरदायिनी जगत का कल्याण कर मां जगत का कल्याण कर मां जयति विघ्नवारिणी जयति विघ्नवारिणी जयति जय जय मां सरस्वती जयति जय जय मां सरस्वती कमल आसन छोड़ दी मां जननी जयति जय जय मा सरस्वती जयति जय जय मा सरस्वती
ओम श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वती नमः। Take little flower. समस्त राजोपचारान् समर्पयामि। मंत्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं जनार्दन यत्पूजितं मया देव परिपूर्णं तदस्तु मे। पूजा काले मंत्र तंत्र स्वर वर्ण लोप दोष प्रायश्चित्तार्थम् इदं नामत्रय जपं करिष्ये। ओम अच्युताय नमः। ओम अनंताय नमः। ओम गोविंदाय नमः। यस्य स्मृत्या च नामोक्त्या तपः पूजा क्रियादिषु न्यूनं सम्पूर्णतां याति सद्यो वन्दितमच्युतं। कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि। श्रीमन्नारायणायेति समर्पयामि। Now keep the left hand on the heart and touch the plate, but we have to push it a little back. Do in such a way so that the Puja Gurudev's picture will stay in its own place. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Om Shri Saraswati Namaha. Om Shri Saraswati Namaha. Push it. यथा स्थानं प्रतिष्ठापयामि शोभनार्थे क्षेमाय पुनरागमनाय च Om. Now remove the hand. Hold both the hands. Keep on the heart. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Now you can bow down and take one flower. All the girls can take the flower, you put on your hair, and the boys can keep in the ear. Take one flower petal from the plate. Okay, it is a blessing. Now bow down to Puja Gurudev and Goddess Saraswati in your own place. Then please tell what to be done. Please tell. Tell what is to be done.
Hari Om. So we're now going to start the cleanup process. So what we're first going to do is, starting from this end, you're going to take the picture of Goddess Saraswati and you're going to stack it together, right, like a waterfall. So one by one, Sana, you take yours down and then stack it with Ashrits and then make it go down. Same thing on that side. Go ahead. Yes. And then go ahead and close your dabbas for us. Thank you. And then we are going to come by and collect the dabbas. And then you can take the flowers that are remaining in the bowl and put them on your plate. And then pass the bowls down. As the large bowl comes to you, go ahead and put the flowers into the large bowl. And then move the plates down. Thank you. Oh, you guys are on top of it. Fantastic. You can take your plates down maybe and consolidate the petals onto Rishi's plate. Yeah, that's nice. Thank you. Then we're gonna start by rolling this side. We gotta collect the cups though first. Yeah, do you mind rolling through this? So starting on this side, go ahead and remove that tape and start rolling the paper. And then you don't need to get up, but your partner should take the paper over for you. And we will meet at the end over there. Perfect. It's like you've done Mother's Day a million times already. Hariom, thank you.
Facing down now.
No, they're chanting Taittiriya Upanishad.
With the blessings of Sri Saraswati Devi, the embodiment of knowledge, wisdom, and elegance, we now move to the next part of our program, the chanting of the Taittiriya Upanishad. This Revered Upanishad is a profound guide on righteous living, offering timeless wisdom on how to conduct oneself through the various stages of life. The portion that will be recited today comes from the Shiksha Valli, which serves as a spiritual convocation address. In it, the teacher imparts final words of guidance to the graduating students, urging them to uphold truth, integrity, self-discipline, and compassion as they step into the world. Graduates, please step up to recite the verses, to honor our teachers, and keep with our ancient traditions. Swamijis, you may take your seats. Yes, Swami.
No, that's okay. Don't worry. Don't worry. No, don't keep it in front of you. Keep it in front of you. Away from it.
करिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः वेदमनुचाचार्यो देवासिनमनुषास्ति सत्यं वद धर्मं चर स्वाध्यायात्मा प्रमदः आचार्याय प्रियं धनमाहृत्य प्रजातं मा व्यवच्छेत्सीः सत्यान्न प्रमदितव्यम् धर्मान्न प्रमदितव्यम् कुशलान्न प्रमदितव्यम् भूत्यैन प्रमदितव्यम् स्वाध्याय प्रवचनाभ्यां न प्रमदितव्यम् देवपितृकार्याभ्यां न प्रमदितव्यम् मातृदेवो भव पितृदेवो भव आचार्यदेवो भव अतिथिदेवो भव यान्यनवद्यानि कर्माणि तानि सेवितव्यानि नो इतराणि यान्यस्माकं सुचरितानि तानि त्वयोपास्यानि नो इतराणि ये के चास्मच्छ्रेयागंसो ब्राह्मणाः तेषां त्वया समेन प्रश्वसितव्यम् श्रद्धया देयम् अश्रद्धया देयम् श्रिया देयम् प्रिया देयम् धिया देयम् संविदा देयम् अथ यदि ते कर्म विचिकित्सा वा वृत्त विचिकित्सा वा स्यात् ये तत्र ब्राह्मणाः सम्मर्षिणः युक्ता आयुक्ताः अलूषा धर्मकामाः स्युः यथा ते तत्र वर्तेरन् तथा तत्र वर्तेताः अथाख्यातेषु ये तत्र ब्राह्मणाः सम्मर्षिणः युक्ता आयुक्ताः अलुक्षा धर्मकामाः स्युः यथा ते तेषु वर्तेरन् तथा तेषु वर्तेताः एष आदेशः एष उपदेशः एषा वेदोपनिषत् एतदनुशासनम् एवमुपासितव्यम् एवमुच्चैतमुपास्यम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
Graduates, you may take your seats.
Actually, wait, what? Go ahead.
I would like now to introduce Puja Swamiji, Swami Sharanananda. Swamiji, who has been the resident Acharya at Chinmaya Mission Chicago for over 25 years. He serves not only our Bhadri Center, but also many other Chinmaya Mission centers in the area. He has selflessly guided our teachers, sevaks, and graduating class from their early Balavihar days of coloring pictures to their high school years of having philosophical discussions. Swamiji will now address the graduates.
Okay, you have the space here.
Come on, sit down here. One more here. Samastadana Kalyani Niratam Karunamaya Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. One correction, all are brahmachari and swami, there is no acharya, okay? Don't utter that word acharya. We are all swamis and brahmacharis in the center. Because every time I am telling, I see that every time the same thing. The other thing, there are some information, these are very old information, even I don't remember. So, yes. Today is a very satisfying day. All these years, the children have come. Some have come little longer time. Somebody has come for lesser number of days. But whatever, they have come to the mission. When you go to school or college, we study, we have to repeat that again and again. Teacher will teach one time, but we have to come home and we have to repeat it again and again and again and again and stuff our brain with those informations, and a day will come in our life. That day is called the exam day. And when our brain is stuffed, then exam day is the day where we will all vomit whatever we have learned, because it will create a lot of pressure it will create. So we want to release that. That is called the exam day. But here it is not like that. Here if we learn even once, you have heard one word, whether you have come for 10 years or 1 year or just for maybe 1 second, if you have heard even the one word, that word will stay with us and it will germinate only when challenges will come. Otherwise, this knowledge is of no use. It will not come when things are going okay, everybody is good. But when things are challenging, at that time only this knowledge will help. Even if one has heard only one word and one has not paid any attention, it stays. Because these are the words of wisdom. They are not from reading from book and one is telling. That's why this is very important that all of you have come. And while chanting the Taittiriya Upanishad, there was one word all of you uttered or chanted. Can somebody tell which one you like the most? Which sentence? Can somebody tell? Only one word or one sentence. Matrudeva Bhava. Okay, Matrudeva Bhava. Now people they go to different universities, get education, get job, they get married, and they have family, they have a house, car, and everything. And by that time, parents are old, and that is the time to put them in the old age home. Okay, because they have taken so much of care and because of the sacrifice we have got, now we don't want, they become a burden. So we tell that, Mom, please go move to the, or Dad, move to the old age home. There it is better for you and we have no time. This is the way in our mind it comes toward the parents. Parents, when we are born, if they would have put us in the somewhere, no, they have taken care. But we don't feel that. That's why it is called Matrudeva Bhava, worship God as the mother. Because God is in the form of the mother. Not worship the mother as God, worship God as the mother. I'll tell you a story. A person who is very devoted to the parents, they always excel in life. And those people who don't even remember what is the contribution of the parents, they become very arrogant and they will have a lot of problems in their life. They may be achievers, but they cannot lead a successful life. I'll tell you a story. There's one boy, his dad has expired when he was very young. So he doesn't remember dad at all. His face he doesn't remember. His mom was taking care of him, but he is growing, so he has to go to school. His admission is needed. There is no money. Then mother went to different houses. She will clean the utensils. She will get some money so that the child will study, will go to school and study. And he was a brilliant, Fast in everything, spelling bee, geography bee, everything. He is top. And what else? Sports, everything he's the top. And his name spread everywhere. But mother expired. Mother expired. Now whatever income was there, now that is also not there. So he has to drop out of the school. He is doing the best. But now no money to go to school. Started doing some manual work. Then he went to a hotel and asked them that, can you give me little work? Now what work can you do? Now I can clean the utensils. Because he has seen the mother doing that. So he will clean the utensils. He got some money. Then that hotel closed. He didn't get profit, he closed. Then he went to one cloth merchant. He's a very reputed one, a very big one. He went there and requested him that, can you give me some work? Now what work can you do? Now I can sweep the floor. Then he was given the job. Every day after the work is over, when the shop closes, he will go and clean everything. That was his job, is to sweep the floor. But he will do little extra. Whatever the cloth is not in the right place, or the folder or the files, whatever is not there, he will also keep that in the little extra work he will do. And the boss was watching him, he was observing. And he was so methodical, and the store looks so spick and span, everything is in its place. So he developed a lot of respect for this small child. Okay. Then one day, the child, after the work, he was writing something in a piece of paper. And the boss said, what are you writing? He saw that the handwriting is so good. Then he told that, give some work to, whenever somebody is returning or somebody is buying, he has to write in the ledger. And he wrote it so nicely and so meticulously. It is perfect accounting. He has got 3 accountants, but all the time it will not match. Whatever they have, the stock, and after selling the stock, there is no, it doesn't match at all. But this boy started keeping that one, and really it is perfectly all right. Then he developed that so much of respect for this boy, he fired all the 3 accountants, and he put him as the accountant. And now the store, and everybody knows his behavior and everything. Now a lot of people came to buy. So his business went up. Because when he gives, like we give, okay, give money, take the cloth. But he will, with smile, he will do the little submission, he will give to that person. Then everybody loved him to come to the store. They want to see this boy because they don't get that behavior in for their own home. And now, the store is doing really well. One day, and this boss, who is the manager, who is the owner, he is getting old. Okay? And he has got all other people who are working. They saw that the boss is giving, the owner is giving a lot of importance to this boy, but they are there for so many years. So they were jealous of it. They wanted to remove this boy. So they will always tell wrong things to the owner, that he's taking money, different things. Because after going from home, from the store, he will go to his room and he will lock the door, he will stay there for a long time. Then one day, these people, the other people who are working, they thought that, okay, let us see what he is doing. And there is a small hole in the door, and they saw that he is opening a box, and in the box something is sitting there and doing something. And they thought that this boy is taking money and hiding in the box. So this information was given to the boss again and again. The boss was not believing at all, and at the end he yielded. And these people, other people who are working, and the boss, they went to that house where he was staying. And they saw that, yes, he is opening a box. Then the owner, he banged the door. And he was not opening at all. Then his doubt increased that he must be stealing some money. Then they broke the door and they entered in. And that boy is sitting there near the box. And you are stealing money. The owner is telling, and all other people are also telling the same thing. When they went near, you know what he is doing? He has kept his mom and dad's cloth. Okay? That is for him, that is God. Every day while going to the work, he will open the box, he will bow down, and when he goes back, again he bows down. That is for him, Matrudeva Bhava, Pitrudeva Bhava. That is the mother and father for him. And when the boss, the owner saw all these things, he fired all other people and he gave the store, he made that entire business he handed over to this boy, and he has one daughter. She was from marriageable age, and she is that's why now he stopped there. He cannot go. If he is married to somebody else, then he may go over somebody. So this is when we respect our parents. Now he was like a beggar. He was cleaning the utensils. Now he is the owner of a huge the cloth business. This is the benefit of respecting parents. Children, you may go attend different things. I know that all of you are going to top universities and you are done very good. And you will also do well, there is no doubt. But if it is respect for parents are getting diminished and you are always getting irritated when mom calls or dad calls, know that you are in the wrong path. Wrong path. So keep that in mind, always you will excel. May Pujya Gurudev's blessings and blessings of all the parents and all the elders be with these children and let them do very well in their life. Hari Om.
Thank you, Swamiji, for your inspiring message and for blessing the graduates. We would now like to introduce Sri Ashok Dolakyaji. Ashok Uncle has worked tirelessly for the mission, abiding by our pledge, giving more than what we consume. Please join me in welcoming Ashokji.
Hari Om. I'm not the only one who has worked. You can see everybody has worked harder than me. So, Hari Om. As they said, my name is Ashok Dolakya, and I've been, first of all, my pranams to Puja Swamijis, pranam to Shankarji, pranam to all our spiritual guides, pranam to all the parents and their families who are present, and on behalf of Chinmaya Mission Executive Committee and Working Committee, in absence of Rajulji, who's busy with the Vayuputra work, I congratulate all the graduates from Chinmaya Mission as well as from your schools, and we wish you all the best success in your life, and we pray that you will go up to the Himalayan heights in your success. But that success key has been given by Pujya Gurudev to you. Now you have to use that success key. How you use it is up to you. So let me just start with some brief introduction of Chinmaya Mission. Myself, our Shankarji, Nirvitaji and Somaji were blessed and fortunate enough with Pujya Gurudev's blessing to start the Chinmaya Mission in 1980. Our first Bal Vihar was in 1981, which started as in houses, on our side, in our houses in south side, north side in Shankarji's, and then northwest side in our Kamlanti and Rameshji's, Guptaji's house. It culminated in, after some time, into the combined thing after when we bought this property, meaning our Badri Ashram property in 1987. And with the Pujya Gurudev's blessing, we were able to, and his support also, we were able to build the Badri Ashram in 1993. After our first spiritual guide, Uncle Mani came as our spiritual guide, and then our Pujya Swamiji took over that work since 1993. So he's been here since that much time. So, and with his guidance and his work and the beautifications of our center, and fragrance of that beautification, our center has grown so much to this level. Last year, we changed our hands, and baton has been passed over to the younger generation from our Shankarji's able visionary guidance to build this whole mission to younger generation, where this property was acquired 3 years ago by our devotees and then handed over to Chinmaya Mission. This has been blessing for us, because without this property, you wouldn't be sitting here today, because our Badri Ashram is under construction. So we are fortunate enough with Puja Gurudev's grace that we are here. And it was said at that time when Puja Gurudev came in 1989 for a Bhumi Puja, that this entire property will belong to you at some point. So this is what has happened now. So we have been blessed by Puja Gurudev and Guru Sishya Parampara that we are here today. I won't take too much time, but I'm just going to say a few words to the graduates. I don't know how many of graduates remember me or Shankarji, but so far we have almost 2,500 children passed through Chinmaya Mission. And it's been a fulfilling journey that we were fortunate enough to be in touch with visionary of our time, Puja Gurudev. Maybe we have done some punya in our lifetime that we came in Puja Gurudev's touch and the Guru Sishya Parampara. So, same way, even though Puja Gurudev is not there, he is there in your heart through our Swamijis and all the spiritual guides in our heart. And whenever you have a problem, he will always be there with you. Now, your parents have made some investment in you. You all came with a fixed hard drive. Okay? And what Puja Gurudev has done is that he started putting software in your hard drive. And what he did was, from the earlier childhood, he started putting some Mahabharata, Ramayana, and all those things. And then what afterwards we did is that we started putting some antivirus stuff in you after 8th or 9th grade. That means we started giving you the Children's for Bhagavad Gita, self-unfoldment, so and so. There are so many books we have given you. Now, I know that you will go out of here and you can go out and say, I'm free now. You can shout, I'm free. I'm free from bondages from whom? And like Swamiji said, your parents. But you're never going to be free if your mind is not pure. Okay? Your mind will always remain bound. So this key what Puja Gurudev is given to you, that you have to start using it. How you use that, your computer is in your hand. And hopefully you will not require antivirus system. So all the values, all the things what you have given by our Swamijis, remember them in your mind and try to remember every day after your day's work. And lastly, what I will tell you is that every Sunday when you come here, we all mechanically stand here in front of the Puja Gurudev and say, we stand as one family, and we just recite it. And then we go out. I don't know if anybody knows that this Puja Gurudev wrote this pledges. It contains entire scripture. Okay, entire scripture. Even if you don't open, or I don't know how many of you will open Bhagavad Gita book, but if you can keep a big copy of our pledge, and every day you can come and say, did I follow the pledge? Okay, and it will help you a lot. Keep a small Puja Gurudev's picture. Anytime you have any problem, you can go to Puja Gurudev, close your eyes, and you will get your answer. Your two other best friends are in that system, because you will go out and there are too many viruses there. Okay, so those viruses they will attract you to do a lot of stuff which you don't have to do it. Your first best friend is your parents. Anytime, without fear, without hesitation, give them a call, okay? Because all your problems can be solved, okay? And second best friend is your Chinmaya Mission. Anytime you have a problem, you can always fall back. You can always call our Swamijis and ask questions and say, what should I do? So we are there to serve you, okay? And so our society will be the beautiful society. So don't forget this. Everywhere you go, any city you go, there is a Chinmaya Mission. So attach them yourself to Chinmaya Mission. And every time you go there, it's like a refresh button. Okay? You have to refresh it, and everything will pop up again. And you will become a beautiful citizen of India as well as this country which you have adopted. And you can make this country prosper. Hari Om, thank you and congratulations. Now I'm going to ask our Pujya Swami Aparajanaji to give a word of wisdom and address the students. Swamiji is our spiritual guide of Chinmaya Mission Chicago, but he's been assigned to our Yamunotri Center. So how many people have gone to Yamunotri Center from here? Okay, I see very few hands. Okay, so like the Badri Center came into the existence in early 87, same way the Yamunotri Center came in existence about 13 to 14 years ago. And it is also as good or bigger than these centers when Badri was not expanded. And they also have about similar number of students there, and those are going to be graduating like we have done it too. Same way we have another center in Chicago, which is known as Gangotri. Smaller, but they rent the place, and so anybody who is on north side, your friend, anybody who is on Chicago side, you can attach them to the Chinmaya Mission. Swamiji, please.
Doesn't change. It's the same thing.
Hari Om.
Was it from the little base? Saji base or treble?
Hari Om. Yes. Perfect. Humble prostrations to one and all present here. A very commonly asked question among youngsters is why there is so much of suffering in this world? Why good people are suffering? Why bad people are enjoying life? All these common questions. In our Chinmaya Mission, if you see from the kindergarten onwards, we have syllabus for each and every grade. And the syllabus is designed based on our scriptures. And the central teaching of the scriptures is be good, do good. But then what is the benefit of being good? This also has to be understood. There is a beautiful verse in Mundakopanishad. There is a beautiful verse describing a metaphor. What is that metaphor? Dvasuparna sayuja sakhaya samanam vriksham parishasvajate tayoranyaf pippalam swadu atti anashnan anyo abhichakashiti. So there is a tree And upon that tree, there are two birds sitting. One bird on the top branch, the another bird on the lower branch. They are very close to each other, very similar to each other. The bird which is sitting in the lower branch, that bird is eating the fruits of the tree. And the other bird, it is just watching the bird sitting on the lower branch. Abhijakashit, it is just watching. Now we may think, what are these birds? Anyway, the next verse makes it more clear. Samane vrikshe purusho nimagnaha anishaya shochati mukhyamanaha jushtam yada pasyatyanyamisham asya mahimanam iti vita shokaha. So this lower bird sitting on that, the bird sitting on the lower branch, it is miserable. Nimagnaha, drowned in sorrow. Shochati, mukhyamanaha, completely deluded, very much miserable, grieving, not knowing what to do. And then when this bird was suffering, suddenly its attention goes to the other bird. The bird which is sitting on the higher branch. And the moment this bird saw the other bird, all its sorrows vanished, because the other bird, its power, its glory, its strength, all the sorrows vanished. So this is the metaphor given in Mundaka Upanishad. Now who are these birds? We are not talking of some birds in some forest. It is the story of you and I. It is the story of each and every one of us. The bird which is sitting on the lower branch, it is what is called as Jivatma, we. And the bird which is sitting on the higher branch is none other than the Lord Himself. So in each and every one of us, there is a lower self and there is a higher self. The lower self we know, I, so and so, man, woman, etc., etc., etc. All the definitions that we give for ourselves based on our looks, gender, qualification, religion, etc. That is that lower bird. And every bird is miserable. Every individual is miserable. Shochati, mukhyamana. But when does that bird become free from all this misery? The moment its attention goes to the higher bird. In the same way, in us there is a higher self. Lower self we know, but there is a higher self which majority of us don't know. There is a higher I in me, watching me, taking care of me, paying attention to me, divine in me, unaffected by me, infinite and immortal in me. The question is, have I recognized the higher self in me? Now this is the greatest advantage of walking this path shown by Chinmaya Mission, shown by the syllabus we study in Chinmaya Mission. Living a righteous life, living a pure life, Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, all those teachings. What happens when we live such a noble life? When we live such a noble life, the mind starts becoming purer and purer. And in such a pure mind, slowly we start recognizing a higher self in us. We start experiencing the presence of divine in us. We start experiencing the presence of God in us. And once this has happened, rest of your life you are taken care. Because that higher self will take care of you. Whatever is needed for you, it will come from Him. You need inspiration, you will get inspiration. You need strength, wisdom, ideas, talents, abilities, solution to problem, solace. You name it and it comes from that source. So the greatest teaching we as our parents can give to children is helping our children connect to that infinite source which is already in them. Because after a few years we will not be there to guide them. How to empower our children? The best way to empower our children is to connect them to their true father and mother, the Supreme Lord. And this is what Balavihar, in all our teachings, that is what we do. The syllabus is designed that way. The teachers are trained that way. And as parents, we also should do this. This is the greatest gift we can do to our children. To connect to them, to the Lord in them. Once this is done, their life is fully taken care. As Bhagavan says, Yoga Kshemam Vahamya. The one who turns to me, it is my promise that I take care of the welfare and well-being of that individual. So this is the purpose of Balavihar. So now you have gone through all these teachings. So I sincerely invoke the grace of the Lord and blessings of Puja Gurudev. May we all walk this path shown by our scriptures, taught by our Balavihar teachers. May we become role models in the society, be an embodiment of peace, and thus spread this peace in this world which badly needs peace. Hari Om. Thank you.
Thank you, Swamiji, for your advice to the graduates and your insights. We are truly blessed to have you as our presiding Brahmacharya today. At this point, the graduates will offer Guru Lakshana and felicitate the Brahmacharyas with the bouquet. We request Swami Sharanananda to please join us at the front. We invite both Swamis to join us, to please join us at the front. Sorry. We invite Ananya to offer a Guru Dakshina platter and Amol to felicitate Swami Aparachitananda.
I thought that you are going to give the mango, but
Yeah.
Rishika will offer the Guru Dakshina platter and Moksh will felicitate Swami Sharanananda.
the same plate went from here and is coming back.
our graduates. They will speak to us about their experience and time at... Sorry. Oh wait, never mind. I guess not. Swamiji, come back. Come back.
Can you move that?
Okay. Yeah.
You can move that. Anjali.
Oh, I was here, but I can do this if you want. Sami. Oh. Yeah, it's gotta be. Yeah. Oh, I could have done that if I was just gonna. It's okay. Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Now we will hear from our graduates. They will speak to us about their experience and time at Chinmaya Mission. We will invite each graduate one at a time to deliver remarks, bow down to Puja Gurudev, Lord Badrinarayana, do pranams to Swamiji, receive their certificate and blessings from Swamiji, and then receive commemorative keepsakes from moms. Swamiji and the parents with the gifts, please come to the front.
Space is very limited. It's good.
Tejo Lakshmi Achari. Tejo Lakshmi graduated from Mattia Valley High School. She will be studying finance at the University of Illinois Chicago Honors College.
Hariom everyone, my name is Tejo Achari, and today I am honored to stand as a Balavihar graduate. It feels surreal to be at this moment because my Balavihar journey began in the first grade at the Yamunotri location, and at the time I didn't think I fully understood what Balavihar would mean to me. But looking back now, it became more than just Sunday classes. It's a place of learning, community, and guidance. First, I want to express my gratitude to everyone who made this journey possible. Thank you to all my teachers, gurus, who spent countless Sundays teaching us not only stories, but also lessons about kindness. Thank you to the Swamijis for their wisdom and guidance. And most importantly, thank you to my parents for waking me up on Sunday mornings and encouraging me to stay involved and supporting me every step of the way. As I reflect on my Balavihar journey, one of the biggest things I realized is how much it shapes the way I think. When I started in the first grade, I never imagined I would be standing here years later reflecting on everything I've learned, while there were definitely mornings where I wanted to sleep in. I'll always remember the sense of community and belonging that Chinmaya Mission created. As I move on to the next chapter of my life, I hope to carry forward what Balavihar has taught me to approach life with kindness, faith, and purpose. Thank you to everyone who helped me shape this journey, and congratulations to my fellow graduates. Hariom.
Who pronounced to both of them?
All of you first do the pranam, okay? Because you have to do it.
Anushka Balaji. Anushka graduated from Hinsdale Central High School and will be studying political science with an interest in law at Boston College.
Everyone will come and bow down here. Puja Gurudev, Badinarayanji, both of us, then go. Turn that side.
Hari Om everyone, my name is Anushka Balaji and I'm honored to be graduating from Bal Vihar today. Although I've only been a part of Bal Vihar for the past 4 years, it has had a really meaningful impact on my life. I moved to Illinois right before my freshman year of high school, and Bal Vihar helped me adjust to the change by giving me a sense of community and helping me meet people with similar backgrounds and values. First, I want to thank my teachers, the Swamijis, volunteers, and my parents for all of their guidance and support. They helped create an environment where we could learn not only about Hinduism, but also how to apply those lessons in our daily lives. One of my favorite parts of Bal Vihar was learning the Sanskrit prayers and the Gita chanting. In the beginning, I mainly focused on memorizing everything, but over time, I started paying more attention to the meanings behind the words. I learned a lot about gratitude, discipline, selflessness, and keeping things in perspective. Those lessons may seem simple, but they're things I know I'll carry with me into college and beyond. Another experience that meant a lot to me was helping serve the food in the kitchen after lessons and during programs. It taught me that seva doesn't always have to be something big. Sometimes it's simply taking the time to help others and support your community however you can. What I will remember most about Bal Vihar is the sense of community it provided. It helped me feel more connected to both my culture and the people around me. As I leave for college this fall, I'm grateful for the friendships, experiences, and lessons that Bal Vihar has given me. The values I learned here will stay with me long after graduation. Thank you and Hari Om.
You have done the namaste at the beginning, so don't do again.
Akash Bavaraju. Akash graduated from Plainfield North High School and will be attending Northwestern University in Boston, where he plans to major in financial technology. He enjoys Vedic chanting and is a competitive tennis player. Curious by nature, Akash loves exploring new ideas, learning new skills, and embracing challenges that help him grow.
Hari Om everyone, my name is Akash Bavaraju and I went to Plainfield North High School. My plan after summer is to study financial technology at Northeastern, and it is an honor to stand before everyone today as we celebrate our Bal Vihar graduation. As a note of gratitude, I want to thank both Swamis for always giving profound wisdom and guidance. I want to thank Sunil Uncle for taking the patience and dedication to teach me Vedic chanting. And I want to thank all the Bal Vihar teachers for being such an integral part of my spiritual education. And finally, I want to give a big thanks to my mom and dad, who have been making me get up really early on Sunday mornings since I was 4 years old. Thank you for making me participate in the plays, the SAT classes, and the summer camps, which left me with so many memorable experiences. When they were growing up, my parents were both surrounded with Indian culture and values, which are still deeply rooted within them today. and it's one of the reasons for their success. But if they never put me in Chinmaya Mission all those years ago, I wouldn't have those cultural values and morals that I have today. When I first started Bali Vihar years ago, I will admit I didn't fully grasp what we were learning. It was more of a routine coming into Chinmaya Mission every week and eating lunch and then going home. But over time, this place became like a second home. The lessons I learned helped me become a better person, and it's laid out the foundation for my spiritual growth. In addition to the values and lessons I gained from Bali Vihar, one of the biggest gifts I gained has been friendship. The friendships that started off as making classes more fun and messing around became much more deeper and much more meaningful. In particular, I want to give a special shout out to Moksh, Rishi, Pragya, and Anushka. The friendship we built over the years has become much more than just classmates growing together, and we made many memories, and I will always cherish you. Whether I'm getting through the pressures of college or the complexities of the professional world, I will carry the lessons I learned and the moral clarity that my parents and teachers worked so hard to instill in me. To my family, my friends, and my teachers, thank you so much for shaping me who I am today. Wherever the future takes us, we will always carry the light of this knowledge within us. Thank you, and Hari Om.
Adya Bogaram. Adya graduated from Hinsdale Central High School. She will be attending St. Andrews and William and Mary in a joint degree program, majoring in history with an interest in law. Adya has a black belt in Taekwondo from when she was 8 years old, plays badminton, is musically talented with viola, guitar, and the trombone, and has learned Bharatanatyam for the past 7 years, and has represented her school in a national level scholastic competition.
Hariom, my name is Adya Bogaram, and I've been attending Chinmaya Mission since I was a kindergarten. Looking back on my time in school and at the mission has prompted a lot of reflection about the people who helped me get where I am today. So I would like to thank my sister Diti for keeping me grounded, my mom and dad for listening to me rant, and the Chinmaya community for being an underrated source of support throughout my life. The mission has given me many things that I will carry forward into my adult life. First and most importantly, I learned how to use a rice cooker here, working in the kitchens after Sunday classes. Anyone who has spent time in an Indian kitchen can understand the amount of stress, the noise levels, and the strange dietary requests the volunteers deal with every weekend. But despite all those things, the afternoons I spent prepping and serving food are some of the most memorable and formative ones I've spent here. I'm not going to lie and say I ever like waking up on Sunday mornings to learn about spirituality, but as a kid, I lived for the days we read stories from the Ramayana, the Mahabharata, or the Tarangini books. I'll always be grateful that the teachers worked so hard to make 6-year-old me not only understand and connect with, but love thousands of years' worth of literature and philosophy. Listening to Swamiji connect stories about people like me to abstract lessons showed me what faith looks like when it's fully integrated into someone's life, and that you can connect with something bigger than yourself in a million different ways. Beyond the scope of normal Sunday school classes, I've also received valuable life advice from teachers and other parents coming from diverse backgrounds about college, academics, and my career goals. It's comforting to know that the mission connects me to not just my faith, but this wonderful and supportive community. Finally, I want to talk about the most important gift the mission has given me, my best friend Sana. Fortunately for us, we clicked pretty much the moment we met, and unfortunately for our Chinmaya teachers, for the last 10 years, we have never stopped talking, even if that meant gossiping by a graphing calculator during the SAT classes. My friendship with Sana has taught me the same thing 12 years of Chinmaya did. The distance, be it the 30 minutes from Clarendon Hills to Wheaton, the gap between a person and their faith, or the difference between you and the version of self you want to be, can be overcome by effort and love. So thank you for helping me learn this, and thank you to my family, my teachers, Swamiji, and the wonderful volunteers in the kitchen for my time here at Chinmaya. I will treasure the memories I have made here long after I leave.
Rishika Chandra. Rishika graduated from Whitney Young Magnet High School. She will be heading to the University of Michigan to study biomedical engineering. Rishi loves to bake, dance, and be outdoors, and talk to you about absolutely everything. And by you, we mean anyone and everyone. And by everything, we mean everything. She's also my sister.
I hope I won't talk too much today. Hariom, my name is Rishika Chandra. I'd like to begin by saying thank you to my Swamijis, all of my Sevaks, all of the volunteers, my parents, and my Amama, who have worked so diligently to get me to this point. Without everyone's support, I know I'd be in a very different place right now. Thank you. When I started Bala Vihar at age 4, it wasn't necessarily because my mother and father wanted me to begin my spiritual education. It was because I was interested in the stories. Hindu mythology fascinated me. I would beg my father to read me our Dashavatar book every single night. So rather than just me consuming these stories aimlessly, my parents enrolled me in Bala Vihar so I could learn from the mythology. I love the way that my aunties in the early years would weave the stories together. Special shout out to Suchi auntie. I became very cynical, but as I grew up, I became very cynical of what we were learning. I never believed in Ganesha and Shiva as actual deities, but rather as metaphors and manifestations of ideas. And I would keep asking so many whys and hows, not to be annoying or pessimistic, but because I was genuinely confused. These stories took place in a time far removed from today with creatures and magic that seemed fantastical. But Bala Vihar was the perfect place for me. Rather than prescribing me with a set of beliefs that allowed for a small degree of interpretation, I was given a vast ocean of knowledge that I could choose how to navigate through. I think one of the lessons that remained salient in my mind was when we deconstructed the actual significance of Arjuna's dilemma. The reason the Gita is so applicable to every situation to this day is because the conversation was happening between Krishna and a morally questionable human prince experiencing extreme self-doubt and cowardice. While I know I'm never going to be worried about killing my cousins on the battle of Kurukshetra, I know there will be times where I'm filled with anxiety and self-doubt, and I'll have the teachings of the Bhagavad Gita and Bala Vihar to carry me through. Chinmaya Mission has always been one of the places where I was the most comfortable expressing myself, and because of the love and acceptance we are taught in Bala Vihar. I'm so grateful for this education in this community. Thank you and Hari Om.
Ananya Chatterjee. Ananya graduated from Nequa Valley High School. She will be heading to the USC GPPA program while majoring in biological sciences. Ananya has a black belt in Taekwondo, is an avid badminton player, and enjoys art and writing stories. She also loves playing and teaching piano.
Hari Om, my name is Ananya Chatterjee. I'm so honored to be here as a Badri graduate, and thank you all for coming to celebrate us. First and foremost, I would like to thank my family, my parents, and my sister, not only just for the sacrifices they made in terms of time, energy, money, and long, long days taking me everywhere, but also for cheering me up and supporting me through the challenges of especially junior year, but all of middle school too. So thank you for that. Thank you to all the Swamijis and the teachers for the patience, wisdom, and unwavering commitment to teach us the lessons that not only shaped us as students, but also as individuals. Specifically, I wanted to thank Janki Auntie and Suchi Auntie. I joined Chinmaya Mission in the middle of 3rd grade, so you both were my first teachers, and you were so welcoming and sweet. And when I think of Chinmaya Mission, I think of both of you. Okay, so when I joined, where I used to live, the school didn't have too many Indian kids, and we weren't really part of any Indian associations at that point. So my parents, of course, we did pujas, we celebrated the holidays and festivals, but I didn't really know why we did that. And so joining Chinmaya Mission not only opened up this and explained this entire culture that I was connected to, but I didn't really know, but also offered me a community full of people who shared the same values and shared the same background as me, which I didn't have before. And although it was debatable whether I always enjoyed going, I'm really glad that I did go, especially because the values and lessons that I learned really helped me, especially throughout all of high school, which is when, for some reason, the challenges I was facing increased a lot. I don't know why that happened, but you know. And I want to be a doctor, and I know that path is really long and full of challenges, and I know that all the lessons that I learned here at Chinmaya Mission, whether that's meditation or the prayers or just from the stories, are going to help me achieve that goal. Thank you, and Hari Om.
Rishikesh Gupta and Pragnya Gupta. Pragnya and Rishikesh graduated from Naperville North High School and will be attending the University of South Florida in the Direct Medical Program. They share a lot: robotics, HOSA, French Honor Society, Bharatanatyam, and violin. But where Pragnya has channeled her energy into civic leadership, founding clubs, and advocating at the U.S. Capitol, Rishikesh has turned his scholarship and Rishikesh has turned his into entrepreneurship and scholarship, earning national merit recognition and a Big Ideas win featured on WGN. 2 paths, 1 family, and a whole lot of range.
Hari Om, everyone. My name is Pragnya.
And my name is Rishikesh.
And we are honored to be speaking here today as we celebrate this Bal Vihar graduation. Chinmaya Mission Bal Vihar has been such an integral part of our lives and spiritual journeys growing up. In fact, my brother and I are the 3rd generation of Chinmaya Mission attendees in our family. Our Amma, and now us.
We want to express our gratitude to Puja Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda Ji, Swami Sharanananda Ji, Swami Aparajitananda Ji, Dhiran Ji, our friends and our fellow graduates, and all the uncles and aunties who have guided us here today.
Whether it is in a classroom setting or through fun cultural programs, your dedication to teaching us Hindu values and traditions have been guiding us on how to conduct ourselves at the mission and throughout the other paths of our lives.
Every time my sister and I got to lead the Stuti Vandana and Bhagavad Gita chanting at the concluding prayers, I noticed as our early nerves soon became ones of excitement and gratitude. We began competing in the Chinmaya Mission Bhagavad Gita competitions because of this, and we were even fortunate to win some of them. Thank you Suchi Achar Auntie, Rashmi Raghuvir Auntie, and Ramesh Vekare Uncle, and my dear Amma for teaching us to enjoy chanting and to chant correctly.
For festival celebrations at Badri, we learned to perform so many Indian regional folk dances like Kolatam, Lazim, and Garba, to name a few. Thank you Lakshmi Warrior Auntie for teaching us these dances with love and affection.
We feel fortunate to have participated in the classical dances at the Mahasamadhi camps, annual fundraising banquets, and Badri festival celebrations. For one such program, we were learning the Meenakshi Pancharatnam dance. Along with the dance, we also learned details like the members of the Shiva Parivar, their vahanas, which are their divine vehicles, and the ayudas, which are the weapons that they wield to protect devotees. We even got to hold Devi's Shri Chakra Yantra, handmade from white saris, as part of the dance. That is such a cool way to learn about the symbolism in our Sanatana Dharma. Thank you, Sangeeta Rangala Auntie, for deepening our understanding with your creativity.
We also got to act in skits and MC for some others. Through these, we learned about important concepts like Panchamaha Yagnyas, Dharma Rakshati Rakshitaha, among others. Deepa Salem Auntie and our dear Amma are great scriptwriters. They managed to weave morals and values from our Puranas and Itihasas with humorous jokes, bhajans, and even dances into these skits. Thank you, Deepa Auntie, and thank you, our dear Amma.
More recently, we attended the Chick camp, where we really enjoyed hearing Hari Ji's perspectives on leadership and Hinduism.
As we reminisce about these fond memories with gratitude, Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda's quote comes to mind. When handling yourself, lead with your head. When handling others, lead with your heart. Because that is exactly what my teachers and all the Swamijis have been demonstrating throughout our years growing at Badri.
Thank you, our dear Badri family, for shaping us into the people who we are today.
You taught us teamwork, commitment, confidence, and the importance of contributing to a larger community.
We know these experiences will stay with us and guide us through our life's journey. Thank you and Hari Om.
See, these are twins, so that's why everything has to be done.
They're going to the same college, so
Yeah, I know.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
They may operate on the same person together.
Ishan Lal. Ishan graduated from Hinsdale Central High School and will be majoring in economics and political science while attending Northwestern University. Ishan picked up volleyball in high school, which has been a great experience for him and his family.
Hari Om, everyone. My name is Ishan Lal, and today I'm honored to be graduating from Bala Vihar after 6 years here. I too started in first grade, and even though at the time Sunday mornings felt really long, looking back now, Chinmaya became a much bigger part of my life than I realized. Firstly, I want to thank everyone who made this journey possible. Thank you to all my teachers, Swamijis, volunteers, and mentors who gave up their Sundays to guide us and teach us. Thank you to my mom and my dad for making sure I actually woke up and came every week. Even on the mornings, I definitely did not want to and wanted to watch Lab Rats and The Flash all day instead. When I think about my time here, I remember so many small moments. I remember doing plays on stage and nervously waiting, trying not to forget my lines. I remember messing with the carpet while listening to discussions about values and life lessons. And I remember the classroom conversations we had that honestly stayed with me much longer than I expected. I paused attending during COVID, and for a while, I didn't think much about Bala Vihar. But as I went through high school, I started realizing how many of the values I carry today and how it actually started here. I specifically remember lessons about enthusiasm and empathy. At the time, they sounded like simple ideas, but over the years, they had become some of the most important values I hold on to. Enthusiasm taught me to bring energy into the spaces I'm part of, whether that's helping breaking the ice in a club meeting, leading a team, or making people feel included. And empathy taught me how it is important to truly listen to others and support people when they need it most, whether that's a close friend struggling or just giving someone advice. Chinmaya doesn't just teach me stories or shlokas, it's helped shape the person I have become growing up. And as I move forward into Northwestern and the next stage of my life, I think the biggest lesson I'll carry with me is that success means very little if you don't also carry kindness, compassion, positivity with you. I'll also remember to do good, to be good, and to give more than what you consume. So once again, thank you to everyone who helped guide us along the way, and Hari Om.
Arati Maheshwaragu. Arati graduated from Walter Payton High School. She will be heading to the UIC GPPA program while majoring in neuroscience. She enjoys research and helping others. She has a love for Carnatic and Western music, Bharatanatyam, reading books, and biking.
Hari Om, everyone. My name is Arati Maheshwara. Thank you all for coming to the 2026 graduation ceremony. First, thank you, Swamiji, for guiding us in the righteous and spiritual path. I want to thank all my Balavihar teachers, especially my sincere thanks to Daksha Aunty, Suchi Aunty, Asha Aunty, as well as Sudha Aunty for teaching me Bhagavad Gita for all my Gita chanting. She really helped with my Sanskrit pronunciations. I will be forever grateful for all my teachers, mentors, parents, and friends. When I first came to Chinmaya Mission, I was about 6 months old, coming with my older sister for her classes. I grew to love the sound of Om vibrating through the rooms and changes in tone in between certain shlokas. Chinmaya Mission was a place where I not only grew spiritually, but also as a kind human being. Chinmaya Mission has taught me a lot, but I won't have time to talk about all of it today. I want to share just 3 lessons in Chinmaya Mission that taught me the way of life. The first is about discipline. One day in the mission, I saw Swamiji place his sandals neatly together and in the right spot on the shoe rack. I realized that even that small thing is part of building perfection in life. Another lesson I learned is through the essence of Bhagavad Gita. It is to accept life as it is, meaning that everything that is given to us is for good. We might not know why something happens today. Maybe it's something we like or we don't. But in the long run, it will help us in some way, shape, or form. The last lesson I learned is through a small story. The story goes that there was a man with no belief in God, and his son's name was Narayana. He used to call his son all the time for work and help. One day on his deathbed, he called his son for a cup of water and breathed his last. As his son's name was Narayana, the Lord himself came to take the man to attain moksha. Through this story, I found the reason of chanting and meditating on the Lord. Towards the end of the Vishnu Sahasranamam, there is one line which goes Yogakshemam Vahamyaham, in which the Lord promises that he will take care of everything for us. So just be happy and live in the moment. To end my speech, I want to leave with a small quote in my mother tongue, Tamil. Varu Varavidu, which translates to live and let others live. Thank you all for giving me this opportunity. Hari Om.
Moksh Malhotra. Moksh graduated from Lake Park High School. From court to court, grass to clay, from basketball and volleyball to tennis, this athlete now heads towards the next exciting phase of life. He will be majoring in business at University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign.
Howdy everyone, my name is Moksh Malhotra and I went to Lake Park High School. My future plans is to be studying business at the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign, also known as U of I. I feel truly honored to be giving a speech here today amongst all graduates as we celebrate this amazing ceremony. First, I would like to express my gratitude to everyone who guided and supported me within my 5 years of attending Balavihar. Thank you to all my teachers, Swami Sharanananji and Swami Aprajitananji, for helping me shape not only my understanding of Hinduism, but also my character. Now comes my parents. Mom and Dad, I'm gonna be fully honest with you guys. I used to think of any excuse to not come to Chinmaya Mission every Sunday. All the times I told you guys that I felt sick, I felt perfectly fine. You guys forcing me to come to Balavihar classes, attending the chick camp, even those long SAT classes, it all eventually paid off. I wouldn't be where I am today without you two, so thank you so much and I love you both. The lessons I learned in Balavihar had extended just beyond those Sunday classes. The lessons had inspired me to contribute in my own school community through South Asian Student Alliance, where as president I helped foster people together and celebrate our own culture. Looking back, I realized that these classes I attended in Balavihar were genuinely meaningful and purposeful to me. Apart from all the values that you learn from the classes, you also gain new friendships. Akash over there in the corner, he was the first guy I talked to when I joined Chinmaya Mission, and we've been tight ever since. My core memory that I always had with them is that every time after classes were over, we try to find the area of the temple with the best internet to play games on our phones. Rishi and Pragnya over there, right next to them. Rishi and Pragnya were also 2 very good friends that I built throughout my time at Chinmaya Mission as well. And it's crazy how character development works, because at the start, I hated Rishi. I'm gonna be so honest. But now he's one of my best friends, and I'm really glad and fortunate to have him in my life. because Rishi is a really great person. Also, how could I forget about Ananya, who I've been friends for I don't know how many years. Childhood years, yes. If I had never gone here, I would never have met these people, so it's really truly insane and amazing to me that I gained this many friends just by coming to these classes. One key memory that I had in Chinmaya Mission was when me and Rishi had volunteered to create a Jeopardy-type trivia game for the class. Do you remember what I'm talking about? Yeah, okay. While we made it, as we hosted the game, I didn't know half the answers of the question that I made. But this example taught me that you're not expected to know everything, but the real gift is being encouraged to want to learn. Overall, what I learned from Chinmaya Mission that will help guide me towards my future, it reminds me spiritually who I am, morally, and finally ethically. Chinmaya Mission taught me that whatever hardship I attempt to encounter, I'll always have my family, friends, and God supporting me. Thank you guys all for listening. How are you?
Krishna Nair. Krishna graduated from Normal Community High School and will be attending the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign to study biology with an interest in a career in medicine. He has a love for playing competitive tennis, pickleball, and piano.
Howdy everyone. My name is Krishna Nair and I'm from Bloomington, Illinois, which is around 2 hours from here. As mentioned in my introduction, I'll be attending UIUC to study biology on the pre-med track to pursue a career in medicine, particularly a career in neuroscience. It is an absolute honor to be standing here today, surrounded by my fellow Bhavihar Class of 2026 graduates. Before I begin, I want to express my deepest gratitude to Swamiji, all of my gurus, and my family. It is entirely through your support and encouragement that I've been able to achieve everything I have up to this point. When I first started at Chinmaya Mission almost 8 years ago in first grade, I was terrified. In fact, for the entire first year, my mom had to sit outside the classroom just so I would stay in the classroom. And I dreadfully counted down the minutes on Sunday mornings, and it was really tough for me to get up sometimes. But as I grew older, especially through these 4 years of high school, I began to truly digest the teachings and my perspectives shifted. I realized that Bal Vihar wasn't just a class, it was a guide for self-discovery and personal growth. It had taught me discipline and what it means to be a contributing member of society. In fact, inspired directly by the teachings of Chinmaya Mission, I started a nonprofit organization that now helps thousands of kids in need across the globe. Of all the lessons I've learned, my favorite and the one that will undoubtedly carry me through college is a simple phrase: doing your duty even when you don't feel like it. We see this illustrated in the Mahabharata when Arjuna hesitates to fight, but Lord Krishna reminds him that he must fulfill his righteous duty. As a high schooler, that lesson was much easier said than done. It's incredibly easy to get sidetracked by being on your phone or wanting to hang out with friends, but staying focused is what matters. As I transitioned into college and began a long, adventurous, and probably very tiring journey toward becoming a doctor, mastering this discipline is a skill I will continue to work on. While I'm excited for the future, I am deeply going to miss this community. I'll miss the joy of chanting slokas, singing bhajans in the shrine, and the fun of acting in our plays. Moving forward, I plan to carry these values with me that I've learned at Chinmaya Mission by growing my nonprofit more and dedicating myself to various seva programs at UIUC. Once again, thank you Swamiji, and thank you to all my gurus and to my parents especially for shaping me into the person I am today. Hari Om, and thank you so much.
I'm going to give an extra shout out, 2-hour commute, 4 hours total to attend Bal Vihar. So yeah.
Sia Patel. Sia graduated from. Wait, no, wrong one. Amok Sanjeevi Natarajan. I practiced that name for too long. Amok graduated from Wabansi Valley High School. He is pursuing actuarial science at University of Iowa. He has been studying Carnatic music for over 10 years and will make his debut performance on July 19th at the Aurora Balaji Temple, marking an exciting milestone in his musical journey. Please go attend.
Hi, I'm Amok Natarajan, and as was previously mentioned, I'm going to the University of Iowa for actuarial science. First off, I just want to thank Swamiji and all my teachers, especially Parag Uncle, Nella Auntie, and Ajay Uncle from last year. Honestly, just for being great teachers. Like, ever since I started Chinmaya Mission, my main focus of like spirituality was trying to figure out like these abstract concepts like Atman and like the whole BMI chart. Like when I first saw that, I was like, absolutely, my mind just broke because I was trying to figure out what all those letters meant. So. Yeah, and honestly, they just made it a whole much better experience, just like teaching us in a way that we could actually understand it and apply it to our lives, rather than, you know, saying in like really complicated terms. Like they pretty much explained it to us and allowed us to like discuss it and really like understand and like dig into these concepts. So I just want to thank them for that, and my parents for. First off, just putting me in this class and making sure that I don't quit. You know, when I first started, to me it was like it was kind of hard waking up for this class because I honestly felt like it was one of those classes that I just had to do. You know, I already had like, I think like 4 other classes that I was going to, so it was like, that's great, just have another thing to do on Sunday, right? So, yeah, over time it did get a lot better with the people I met here and just like understanding what else this Chinmaya Mission had to offer. Like originally I thought it was just like, you know, just some old people just talking about, you know, philosophy and just talking about philosophy and like what happened, just like all these stories and stuff, right? Like as I went more and like really attended the classes more and like actually paid attention, I realized like there's a lot more depth in these stories and the philosophies. It's not just like a very surface level thing. There's a lot of like research and thought that's actually gone into this for like thousands of years. So that's really benefited me throughout my life, and especially with the stuff of detachment. That's really helped me with a lot of my high school life overall, as my dad will be the first one to tell me I'm the biggest procrastinator in the entire world. So mainly, that stuff has helped me sort of detach myself from the goal and sort of focus more on the process of doing things rather than worrying about what result I'll get, which really helped me with my anxiety too. So again, I just want to thank my parents for that, and congratulations to the other graduates. So thank you.
Great in mathematics.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Sia Patel, for real this time. Sia graduated from Aldi E. Stevenson High School. She will be pursuing public health at UIC. She enjoys participating in marching band and is passionate about public policy, dedicating much of her time to working with legislators on policy reform initiatives. In her free time, she loves cycling and exploring throughout the outdoors through hiking.
Hariom. My name is Sia, and thank you all so much for being here to celebrate us, the Balvihar graduating class of 2026.
Some of you may know me as Rina's the kitchen volunteer's daughter, and others may know me as the girl who used to come straight to summer camp from her swim practice. But as different as both of those things may sound, they have one thing in common. Neither would be possible without the dedication of my parents, so I'd sincerely like to give them my thanks. And all the running around that they did to make my attendance at Bal Vihar possible, even when I didn't make it that easy. But as we all know, being here is just the first step. What started off just as doing coloring pages in class soon became open-ended discussions, each experience just as valuable, ultimately teaching me how to live on a righteous path. So thank you to all my teachers who made this possible, catering to our needs every step of the way. One thing that stood out to me the most in all of my classes was that there was never just one right answer. Having the discussions with my teachers and peers taught me not only an alternate perspective, but also made me a better thinker and a better decision maker. But learning just didn't stop in the classroom. Whether it was the math classes after lunch, or Swaranjali, or the cultural performances on holidays, each opportunity gave me the chance to learn something which I never otherwise would have explored. So now as I finish my journey at Bal Vihar, I know that with the blessings of Gurudev, my teachers, and my mission family, I will have the tools to get through all the adventures that lie ahead. Hari Om.
Nidhi Sagaram. Nidhi graduated from Illinois Math and Science Academy and will be heading to the Ohio State University to study biomedical engineering. Nidhi has a deep passion for Hindustani classical music and has even led her school's a cappella group as president. Additionally, she's participated in various science and robotics competitions, as well as Gita chanting events at Chinmaya Mission.
Hari Om everyone, my name is Nidhi Sagaram and I just graduated from Illinois Math and Science Academy. A quick story about Hari Om. The first time I came to Bal Vihar, I was 4 years old and my parents told me to go greet Swamiji. And I confidently walked up to Swamiji and I said, "Hi, Swamiji!" After that, I learned my lesson. Over the course of 14 years, I've had so many people to thank at Chinmaya Mission. I'd like to thank Swami Sharanananda ji and Swami Aparajitananda ji for being so welcoming and allowing me to learn. And every teacher I've had has taught me lessons that I could never forget. I'd like to thank Rashmi auntie, Meda auntie, Vijay auntie, Hemali auntie, Donna auntie, Raghuvir uncle, and Andurkar uncle, as well as my own mom for teaching me all the values that I carry with me every day. I have special memories from each of your classes, but I unfortunately don't have enough time to list them all. But I'd also like to thank all the volunteers. You guys are the people that make the mission what it is. I'd also like to thank Sudha auntie, Sheila auntie, and Ramesh uncle for teaching me Bhagavad Gita. I would not be the person that I am if it weren't for the lessons in the room next to the bookstore every Sunday. Gita chanting was easily my favorite part of my Chinmaya Mission experience. At first, it was actually my brother who was learning. I would just sit beside my mom while he practiced. One day, he was preparing for chapter 10 for the chanting competition and suddenly forgot the next verse. I picked up where he left off and started chanting, trying to help him remember, and that was just the beginning. Gita chanting became the thing that I looked forward to every week. I truly enjoyed learning the verses even before I understood them. In fact, for several years, I was confidently chanting in Sanskrit with absolutely no idea what I was saying, and looking back, that was the first lesson in my faith. As I got older, the meaning behind the verses became just as important as memorizing them. For example, chapter 4, verse 39. Shraddhavan labhate jnanam tatparah sanyatendriyah jnanam labdhva param shantim achirena adhigacchati. I hope my pronunciation was okay, Ramesh uncle. Those whose faith is deep and who have practiced controlling their mind and senses attain divine knowledge. Through such knowledge, they quickly attain everlasting peace. As we graduate today, I think this verse captures one of the most important lessons Chinmaya Mission has taught us. Success is not something that appears overnight. It comes from showing up every week, putting in effort even when it's difficult, and trusting the process. Whether it was memorizing verses, preparing for competitions, volunteering at events, or simply waking up on Sunday mornings, we learned that growth happens through consistency. Honestly, waking up for Bala Vihar may have been the most spiritually challenging thing for some of us, but after 14 years, I can confidently say that neither moksha or a perfect chanting score arrives through last-minute cramming. Chinmaya Mission taught me more than stories from scriptures. It taught me discipline, humility, gratitude, and the importance of seva. It taught me to look beyond myself and think about how I can contribute to the people around me. Most importantly, it taught me that knowledge is valuable only when it's reflected in our actions. One of the greatest gifts Chinmaya Mission gave me was community that constantly encouraged me to become a better version of myself. I'd like to give special shout outs to Aditi, Sia, Ashika, literally everyone here actually. Like, I've become such good friends with everyone. Whether it was through the teachers who patiently answered our questions, friends who grew up alongside us, or volunteers who dedicated several hours behind the scenes, every person here has helped shape the person I am today. And of course, none of us would be here without parents. I would like to thank Amma and Bapa for bringing me to Bala Vihar every week. You may recognize them as the 3rd and 4th grade teacher and the bookstore guy. Even when I complained and wanted to sleep in and suddenly developed a strong interest in staying home on Sunday mornings, it always ended the same way with me sitting in Bala Vihar. As I leave for college this fall, I know that graduation is not the end of my Chinmaya journey. The verses we learned, the values we practice, and the lessons our teachers shared will stay with us wherever we go. We may be leaving Bala Vihar, but we carry Chinmaya Mission with us. And to my fellow graduates, life is about to scatter us in every direction, different colleges, careers, cities, and time zones. We may not all remember every Sanskrit verse we learned, but I hope we remember why we learned them in the first place. When life gets busy, complicated, or uncertain, I hope we can return the values that grounded us here and use them as our compass no matter where we find ourselves. Hari Om.
Ashrit Valluri. Ashrit graduated from Glenbard South High School, and he will be attending the UIC GPPA program while majoring in environmental biology. He is an athlete who loves tennis and football and has a passion for wildlife conservation, which helped him get a job at the Brookfield Zoo, and also enjoys gardening.
Hari Om, everyone. My name is Ashrit Valluri, and I'm honored to be here at the Chinmaya Mission graduation. Before I begin, I would like to thank all the Swamijis, teachers, gurus, and mentors that have guided me the past few years, helping me grow as a person. I would like to thank my parents for making an effort to bring me to Bala Vihar every single morning, despite my morning laziness. I would like to thank all the parents and volunteers that dedicated their time to making this event possible. And I would like to thank everyone else here who took time out of their day to come watch the graduation ceremony and support us. I started coming to Bala Vihar in 2nd grade, and at the time I had no clue why I had to take a long car ride to hear stories all day. I had fun in class, but I didn't quite understand how that fun would translate to my daily life. Over time, however, I began to understand the true importance of the values and lessons from those very stories. I learned about Dharma, not just as a set duty, but as the nature of our spiritual world. I learned about the importance of humility and righteousness in every single action that I perform. I learned to look beyond the physical and materialistic traits in society. I even learned that my name Ashrit means one who selflessly protects. And most importantly, I learned how to sit crisscross applesauce on the floor. Beyond the classroom, Bala Vihar has also become a place where I grew many memories. From my first time on the stage in the shrine, to every Mother's Day celebration. Bala Vihar became a community I could engage in and a place where I could find inner peace. I hope to carry all the values I learned here into every aspect of my life going forward. Whether it's serving patients as a doctor, engaging in environmental conservation, taking care of my family, or even hanging out with my friends. My Chinmaya Mission learnings will always be something I can apply. And I'm greatly thankful for everything I have learned so far from Chinmaya Mission. I hope to keep learning going forward. Hari Om.
So it's the commute and it's taking picture.
I don't say cheese.
Sana Wagle. Sana graduated from Wheaton North High School, and she will be majoring in chemistry and pre-med at the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. She likes to play badminton and competed at the state level this year. She loves to play and listen to music and has applied that passion to earn the Vishrad level under her guru Srimati Nirmita Dalakya.
Hari Om, everyone. As you heard, I'm going to be attending the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign, and I'm going to be studying to be a doctor. And it's crazy to think about how my journey started here 12 years ago. I was a little 5-year-old throwing a fit about having to wake up early and wear Indian clothes. But I'm so excited to be graduating today. Thank you, Chinmaya Mission community, for helping me grow into the person that I am today. I would not be here today if it weren't for my parents, Atya, Diti, and their parents, the volunteer teachers, and of course, Swamiji. My or Adya's parents drove me here on Sundays. The teachers spent hours preparing the materials so that they could help shape my spiritual journey, and Swamiji was always available to be my mentor. I also want to give an extra shout out to my parents for having discussions and allowing me to question the things I was told. I should also apologize to them. It must not have been easy to drag a crying kid or a moody teenager out of bed every Sunday or endure my constant complaints in the car. And even though I complained about coming here every Sunday, I've got to say, Chinmaya Mission has given me my greatest gift, my best friend. Adya and I met 11 years ago in the Chinmaya Mission Gita chanting competition, and we've been inseparable ever since. She, her sister, and their parents have played a huge part in my consistency of coming here every Sunday. I should also apologize to those who had us in class. I'm not sure if you enjoyed our constant chatting so much. I always laugh thinking about how she and I would pass notes back and forth in class and thinking that nobody would notice. But don't worry, everybody. Shilpa Auntie and Uncle, we still paid attention. If I listed out everything I learned and how it's impacted me, I would probably go over the time limit. So here's the highlight. In 2nd grade, we were told a story about where the moral was that everything that happens, happens for good. I reminded myself of this when I had a really bad fight with my friend group in 8th grade. It was hard to think about how that happened for the good, because I was entering high school without a real friend group, and I was just really shaken up. But after finding out that they got in trouble for doing drugs, I can see that has been a really something that happened for good. So I just want to thank everybody that was part of this journey for giving me the tool belt full of lessons and advice from Bala Vihar that I can use to fix my problems, or at the very least get through them, just like I did in 8th grade. I think I'll be able to handle any situation thrown at me because of this institution. Thank you, and Hari Om.
She's won a gold medal in state level badminton. Sana, your dad wants to take a picture.
Make up for your mom.
Thank you, graduates. It was indeed an eye-opener for all of us to hear your experience and perspectives. Now we will hear from Ranjana Rajendran, who is not only a Sevak, but a parent of one of our own graduates. That would be Rishi. She has been with the mission since 2012 with helping to start Gangotri, and since has become a Sevak and now a vital part of the education community for the last 2 years. I welcome Ranjana Rajendran to come up and say a few words to our graduates.
Good evening, Swamiji, honored guests, parents, and graduates. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share my reflections on this momentous occasion in our children's lives. I will start my remarks by expressing my deepest gratitude to Gurudev and the Guru Shishya Parampara that has brought Gurudev's vision to life. Maximum happiness to maximum people for maximum time. I also want to share my gratitude to Swami Sharanananda. Since 1993, you have led this institution to a place that has been a home to 2,500 students, which is just truly remarkable. I teach high school, I don't know, some of you might know that, but that's just such a gift to give to the world. And Swami Aparajitananda, we are so grateful that you are here tonight and gracing us with your presence so that we could learn from all of your wise words. I love listening to you speak because I always I sit there, laugh, and then I think about it, and then I'm like, wow, that's just so amazing. So thank you so much. I also want to say thank you to the Sevaks, who were part of the spiritual and cultural growth for our kids. The safety that you brought to our children has been immense for my very quirky kids, to find a home where they will always find another Amma to give them a hug. So thank you for that. In 2013, a 4-year-old Rishika would jump into my bed and say, on Sunday mornings, and say, are we gonna go see Suchi Auntie and Lakshmi Auntie today? And I had to oblige that enthusiasm. And through the stories, the activities, the hugs, and a deep spiritual understanding began to take shape. I watched my kids walk in week after week, and I saw something gradually take shape. Not just knowledge, but character. Not just answers, but better questions. So I actually came to Chinmaya Mission. I used to sneak out of my house in high school to come to Chinmaya Mission because my parents wouldn't let me come here. Which sounds weird to you guys because you're like, why would you do that? But then it made sense how Rishi decided to bring us back here. Back in grad school though, in 2005, I decided to make my master's thesis about Chinmaya Mission. And the reason that I did that is because what I saw is that when students who came to Chinmaya Mission and went through Balavihar, they actually came out as more centered humans. And I wanted to understand why. And so I did some research and it was consistent. Unfortunately, I did not keep in touch with those students, so I wonder where they are now, probably doing amazing, amazing things. And probably coming back and teaching in Chinmaya Mission somewhere. But graduation days like this invite us to look forward. And I want to take a moment to look back on your learning and reflect on a story that's actually thousands of years old, but describes a world that you are about to step into with uncomfortable precision. You're so familiar with it. It is the Mahabharata. But, graduates, here's what I want you to carry with you today. I teach history. The Mahabharata is not history. The Mahabharata is not just a collection of mythology and stories. It is happening inside of you every single day. And the characters in that story can serve as a mirror. Every figure in it represents a force that is alive in our politics, in our communities, and our own minds. We can choose to think of them as just characters in a story, or we can learn from their wisdom and also their failings so that they do not become our own. Let's start with Duryodhana. He is a powerful example of the scarcity mindset, wearing the mask of ambition. Now, being ambitious is not a bad thing. Being ambitious is what got you here today, right? But the thing is, even though he sat in the same classrooms as the Pandavas, Duryodhana's inner voice always said, I deserve more. Never, I'm enough. The lessons Balavihara has taught you is that knowledge alone is not sufficient. Discipline is the difference between knowing where the path is and actually walking down it. Bhishma was one of the greatest devotees on that battlefield. He meditated on Krishna's Leelas. He knew the Kauravas would lose, and he fought them anyway. Not out of blindness, but out of the vow he had made sacred. But that can be a trap. His vow to protect the throne of Hastinapur bound him to silence while injustice directly unfolded in front of him. When your principles stop protecting people and only protect your own image, that is not dharma. You must ask yourself regularly, am I standing for something or am I just standing? You leave today, we just heard about all of your amazing gifts from mathematics and badminton and Bharatanatyam and scholastic bowl and a moral foundation most young people your age do not have. Karna had gifts too. He was one of the most accomplished warriors of his age. But when Duryodhana offered him the recognition that he had always been denied, Karna's let that hunger make the decision for him. He chose loyalty to a person over loyalty to what was right. Know your worth before the world tries to name it for you. And be generous with your gifts, but do not let the hunger for belonging pull you towards people who only value you for what you can do for them. Vidura was born to a maid, and because of that, the powerful dismissed him. Yet, he kept speaking truth to power, again and again, when no one wanted to hear it. His words have outlasted kingdoms and millennia. The Vidura Niti tells us the person who speaks for the weak will always be called an enemy by the powerful. Let that be your comfort, not a deterrent. Speaking up is not always rewarded immediately, but it does echo. And even if imposter syndrome makes you feel like you do not have the authority, continue to use your voice to tell stories of the truth. Yudhishthira lost his kingdom, his brothers, and his wife, but he never lost his righteousness. He did not treat his values as a set of rules that could bend under pressure. He treated them as his identity. What Balavihara has given you, this sense of dharma, this inner compass, no one can take that away from you. Stay humble, stay rooted, and when the world tries to tell you who to be, come back to what you know. Then there's Draupadi. She was humiliated in a court full of powerful men, and not one of them stood up. Her response was not to go silent. It was to refuse to normalize what had happened. But this is not just a story for women. It is a story for all of us. When we watch those in power behave in depraved ways, we must resist the pull towards numbness. We must resist the whisper that says, This is just how things are now. Hold it in your memory. Let it become fuel. Let it become action to help others. And finally, Krishna, the most powerful being on the battlefield who could have ended the war in a moment, chose not to pick up a weapon. He chose to serve, to guide, to be present. Real intelligence knows when to act, when to speak, and when being simply in service is the most powerful thing you can do, because after all, devotion to the people is devotion to the Supreme Self. I started tonight by telling you about a 4-year-old who jumped out of bed every Sunday morning to come here. It didn't last, you guys. I have to tell you, there were plenty of days where I had to drag the child this year. But what Rishi didn't know then, what I didn't know then, what we didn't know then, was that they weren't just learning stories. You were building your compass. The Mahabharata is full of brilliant, flawed, courageous, compromised human beings doing their best in an impossible world. Sound familiar? That is the world that you are entering right now. But you're not entering it empty-handed. You carry Yudhishthira's rootedness. You carry Vidura's willingness to speak. You carry Draupadi's refusal to normalize injustice. And you carry Krishna's understanding that the most powerful thing that you can offer is not force. It is wisdom, presence, and love. That's what Bal Vihar has given you. That's what these sevaks, these teachers, the volunteers, our Swamijis, have poured into you every Sunday for years. Now, go be part of that world. We'll be watching which character you choose, but we could not be more proud. Congratulations, graduates.
Thank you, Ranjana Auntie, for your words of encouragement. Our CHIC program has been a great success story for the mission. Just a few weeks ago, we had a successful youth empowerment program known as YEP at our Badri, for which chicks from all... Badri, for which chicks from all around the country participated. YEP uniquely benefits college students and young professionals by providing essential insights into Vedanta. This knowledge cultivates a profound understanding of life's purpose, fosters mental clarity, and instills resilience, vital attributes for navigating the challenge of college and early careers. This program equips participants to integrate spiritual wisdom into their personal and professional lives, enhancing overall well-being and guiding them towards success with a balanced and purposeful approach. But to tell you more about that and other programs as well, welcoming our graduates as chicks, here is Aparna Ramakrishnan.
Hari Om, everyone. My pranams to Swami Aparajita Ji, Swami Sharananda Ji, and all the loving and very proud parents, guardians, grandparents, board members, sevaks, gurus, and my own teachers who have been here for a very, very long time. Auntie really put a hard act to follow, so I have no characters, I have no words of thanks. I am just here to welcome all of the graduates into CHIC. So congratulations, class of 2026. Can we get a round of applause for all of our graduates? So as mentioned, my name is Aparna Ramakrishnan, and I graduated from Badri in your shoes 4 years ago. I wasn't able to attend my graduation, so this is my own willingness to give to myself. But I am here to welcome you all into CHIC. CHIC stands for Chinmaya Mission, and its mission is to harness the potential of youth through dynamic spirituality. I understand that I am one of the last people between you and eating dinner, so I'm going to try and keep this short. So if you can just give me your attention for the next 2 minutes, we can make this go very fast. So as the next step into your natural Chinmaya Mission journey, CHIC offers incredible learning opportunities and a global community of like-minded people. Almost every single one of you came up here today and spoke about community. Community was the one thing that you took from Chinmaya Mission: friendships, lifelong friendships like you, your other friend over there, friendships like Moksha had mentioned. Everyone is leaving here with friends, family, beyond what they were given with, and CHIC will help you continue that. CHIC is an opportunity for you to be able to build more friendships as you continue to grow in life, whether that be in college, beyond, and as you're trying to find your path. CHIC allows you to continue on that journey both spiritually, but also with your peers as well. CHIC is also where you get to ask questions. So many of you mentioned discussions that you had as you got older, and those don't end. We continue to have those as CHICs, whether that be the meaning of Sanatana Dharma and how that applies to yourself. Can you go to the next slide? Actually, no, stay here. Go back, sorry. One of our most exciting offerings, as you mentioned earlier, is our CHIC Memorial Day Camp, which happens right here at the Budaya, and it actually happened last weekend. We had over 40 people come out from all different corners of the country, which were amazing. Even some few J-CHIC, now official CHICs, Moksh, Pragya, Rishi were also here, so they can testify on their own of what their experience was. But in all honesty, my mom signed me up for my first Chinmaya Mission CHIC camp. I didn't want to go. I heard there were Costco cookies, and I said, okay, we'll give it a shot, and we will go. But after the first day, I didn't want to leave. I found a community where the tostadas that we had growing up came back, and it wasn't Indian food anymore. And I was also able to connect with Swami Aparajita and Hariji, who is the lead for Chinmaya Mission West. Because of that, I was able to have conversations not only about Sanatana Dharma and all of these complex topics, but about mental health. And even this year, I had a conversation with Swami Aparajita about how he does not like 70% lit chocolate. And it's just not something that he's interested in. Some of your fellow graduates, like I mentioned, have also attended this year, and they'll tell you it's not just satsangs or Q&As. There's a bonfire with vegan s'mores. We took a trip to the city. As you can see, we went to the bead this year, and there's also so much more. It's a weekend that truly balances the spiritual with the social, and beyond Camp at Badri, each zone holds multiple camps throughout the years. So if you're busy on Memorial Day, there's a Labor Day camp, there's a Thanksgiving camp. We have a camp on every holiday physically imaginable at some point in the country. So please try and go out, because it'll give you a chance to interact with different Swamijis. We are so blessed to have Swami Aparajita, Swami Sharanandaji, and Dhiranji here, but there are so many different perspectives and wonderful spiritual guides across the country that are willing to serve and support you on your own journey. If you go to the next slide. Another incredible opportunity is YUP. Riddhi over here, our wonderful master coordinator, attended YUP last year, and I'll be attending YUP in 2 weeks, which is why I know it's not last weekend. It's a 6-week camp that is held in Dallas that is truly an experience at Chinmaya Mission Mangalam. It's designed for CHICs who want to develop a deep understanding of Vedanta and cultivate genuine devotion in their lives. And I know you all are going through a lot, college, work. 6 weeks is a lot, but if that's not possible, we host satsangs every single week. On Monday nights, Hariji hosts a satsang for Chinmaya Mission West, and East and Central all have their own different time zones. So as you all scatter across the country in the next couple of months, please be sure to stay connected and attend satsangs. It's a wonderful way to meet new people that you wouldn't have gotten a chance to meet because they are not in Chicago, and apply these timeless teachings into your real life. So whether you're heading to college, a few years from then to a job, or just trying to figure out what's next, CHIC is always here to support you. So as you close this chapter and step into the next one, know that you don't have to walk this path alone. CHIC is here, and it's a community that will challenge you, that will support you, and that will grow with you. And we can't wait to welcome you with open arms in the next few weeks, and we hope to see you at our satsangs. And please make sure, all your parents know now that we have a Memorial Day camp, so please make sure to attend that next year as well.
WhatsApp group.
Oh, yes. Please come find me at the end if you would like to be joined or added to the WhatsApp group. If not, I'm sure your parents will reach out to me, and I will add you anyway, so save that for now. Come find me. Hurry on. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Aparnaji. That was indeed insightful. The last 2 final years of study in the Balavihar curriculum covers our sacred text, the Bhagavad Gita. The outgoing class has been guided by Sridharankar, Ranjana Rajendran, Tepasalan, and Neela Sansgiri.
There we go.
The teachings were condensed into essential and key insights that can be remembered in the current context of our world events and society. We thank all of them for their patience and dedication, because God knows they have it. At this time, we would like to invite Deepaji to address the graduates and share her thoughts.
Hari Om. Pranams to all of you. Now I'm seriously the one stopping you from dinner. And enough has been said. So I think not only now, not only today, we Sevaks and Sevikas have been sharing quite a bit. You know, we have tried to get the kids to talk, but you usually end up talking all the time. So I will keep it very short. Firstly, to all of the parents here, especially many of us who grew up in India without something like a Chinmaya Mission, or even if we did, how do you remember your high school graduation? Mine was pathetic. All I remember from it was I wore a sari for the first time, very, very badly. And we got autographs and we cried with our friends and took photos in those little cameras. That's all I remember. And here are these kids who are talking about what they learned. They're throwing dharma and karma and shreyas and prayas and gunas. And I mean, it's mind-boggling. And all of that, every year I feel like I look at this Mahatma here and it's like, what did he achieve? That not only in our center, but in every center across the world, I don't know, like 300, 400 centers across the world, this is happening. And 2,500, God only knows how many more are graduating with this knowledge. And I just feel a surge of optimism every year when I come to the graduation ceremony, that all of these children are not only going to live it, but they will be the tree that continues in the future with your own family and descendants, but also maybe Balavihar teachers in the future. So I'm really, obviously, no words can express our gratitude to Puja Gurudev and the Parampara here, and for Swamiji's to empower all of us to not only try to take a little bit of the knowledge, but pass it on in the class. And thanks to all the parents who have given us this opportunity to share it with your children. So I think we have all grown through that. So I really want to thank you all for it. No more lessons to give you, big lessons to give you. But I will tell you, many of you have 2 to 3 months before you start college, correct? Right? So I'm going to give you something very, very practical, okay? I can't add to anything that any of you Mahatmas have talked about here. 3 very simple things for the summer. Will you remember? 3 S's, okay? The first S is Swadhyaya. We have talked about it earlier. Many of you have done many extracurricular activities, but as a mother of 3 children, I'll guarantee you, many of them won't survive after you go to college. The anklets, chalangai from Bharatanatyam, the tennis rackets, the soccer cleats, all of the stuff that you did will be gathering dust, okay? It happens in my house, I'm sure it happens in every house. But Balavihar, the study that you started in Balavihar is not like that. It should not gather dust. And Vedanta is a lifelong study, which is why you see all of us graying hair people still here, right? And we are still submitting to Swamiji's, we are still trying to learn. It is something that requires consistent study of the scriptures, lifelong. So, summer project for you. What is your social media, YouTube, Spotify algorithm going to be? Can you reconfigure it so that it shows you more satsang, more discourses of our Swamijis, many Chinmaya Mission Acharyas, or is it going to show you all kind of disturbing, crappy content, right? At the end of summer, look at your algorithm in social media, in YouTube, Spotify, whatever you use, see if it is showing you things that are going to help you, okay? That is Swadhyaya. The second, Sadhana. College is going to be extremely busy without the structure that you have in high school. In high school, you go to school from X time to Y time. There are parents to guide you. You have a set number of activities. College is free for all. Nobody takes attendance. I am sure you all know. And classes are at weird times. So the opportunity to grab time becomes very difficult. But there are 2 times which are completely in your control. The time that you wake up, what you're going to do. Before you go to sleep, what are you going to do? Grab those 2 times and decide right now during the summer what that routine is going to be. Is it going to be pulling up your phone or watching movie or whatever, or is it going to be a little prayer? You're all chanters, you've all learned a lot. Are you going to do some prayer, some meditation, some japa, whatever practice you want right after getting up and right before you go to bed? So sadhana, okay? Swadhyaya, remember? Algorithm, sadhana, wake up practice, going to sleep practice. Third is very critical. It is satsang, okay? There is a saying that says, if you tell me who your friend is, I can tell who you are, right? College will throw you thousands of new people to make friends with, right? All of you, from the list I saw, you're going to huge colleges, which have thousands of people. You have a choice as to who you're going to pick as your friends or your friend group. Are these people who are going to draw you or tempt you into the path of prayers? I don't need to define all those in terms for you anymore. Or are you going to pick friends who will keep you on the path of Shreyas, right? That is a choice. And sometimes it helps to think through this during the summer so that when you go, you decide, you don't fall into the trap. Oh, these are the only people who are calling me, so I'll just go with them, right? So these three things, Swadhyaya, Sadhana and Satsang, please do think about it and start implementing it during the summer so that when you go to college, you're not drawn into this adrenaline of the moment and you just don't get drawn into something wrong. Okay, so that would be my simple advice. But I'm going to end this thing with a very critical instruction for all of you, okay? And I'm sure many of you will agree with this. When your mom texts you, you owe something longer than a K or a OK. And within 2 hours, okay? If not, I'm telling the parents, drop them out of the cell phone plan, okay? All of you promise that? Okay, and Swamiji has reiterated that. So I made this a literal rule in my house. If that doesn't come, you're going to be thrown out of the cell phone plan. And I can tell you it's 5 years, it's not happened. Okay? Sometimes hard discipline helps. So with that, I will end. And on behalf of all of the Sevaks and Sevikas here, assembled here, we wish you all a very, very wonderful journey, not just in college, but beyond, where you all achieve externally, which is very clear that you're all doing that, but also continue your inner development, your mental strength, and your spiritual growth. So with that, I will wish you the best, and we will conclude here. Hari Om.
Thank you so much, Deepaji, for your kind words and compassionate guidance. The 11th graders look forward to our new session starting in September of this year. As well, thank you, Rishika, our own graduate, for creating tonight's slideshow. We are nearly at the end of the program. Ravi and I thank you all for attending this auspicious occasion. We will conclude with the pledge and arthi. Please note, once the arthi is concluded, I request all of you guys to remain seated, except for the graduates, parents, and our Swamijis, who will head to the dining hall to recite Chapter 15 of the Bhagavad Gita, take photographs, and cut the cake. All other attendees and guests, after approximately 5 minutes and they have concluded, you may join them in the dining hall. Again, once the arthi is complete, graduates and parents, please proceed to the dining hall without delay. There will be many other opportunities for photographs later. Thank you again for your continued patience. Let's all stand up for the pledge and arthi.
Bound to each other with love and respect, we serve as an army, courageous and disciplined, ever ready to fight against all of the tendencies and false values within and without us. We live honestly the noble life of sacrifice and service, producing more than what we consume and giving more than what we take. We seek the Lord's grace to keep us on the path of virtue, courage, and wisdom. May thy grace and blessings flow through us to the world around us. We believe that the service of our country is the service of the Lord of Lords, and devotion to the people is devotion to the Supreme Self. We know our responsibilities. Give us the ability and courage to fulfill them. Om Tat Sat. Arati Shri Chinmaya Sadguru Ki Divya Rupa Murati Karuna Ki Arati Sadguru Ki Sarvo mein unke shanti samare Sharanagat ki bhanti mitaye Pavapa santap haran ki Arati Shri Chinmaya Sadguru Ki Arati Sadguru सिद्धबाड़ी की तपोभूमि में नित्य विराजे गुरु हमारे भक्त दयानंद ज्योत की आरती श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरु की आरती सद्गुरु की आरती सद्गुरु की ॐ न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चन्द्रतारकं नेमा विद्युतो भान्ति कृतोऽयमग्निः तमेव भान्तमनुभाति सर्वं तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति ॐ नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णुः प्रचोदयात् ॐ महादेवे च विद्महे विष्णुपत्नी च धीमहि तन्नो लक्ष्मीः प्रचोदयात् ॐ सद्गुरुदेवाय विद्महे परब्रह्मणे धीमहि तन्नो गुरुः प्रचोदयात्
Okay, you can bow down to Lord and Puja Gurudev in your own place.
Hari Om, one quick thing. I just want everybody to give a big hand to Diti and Ravi for doing a wonderful job as MCs. And also a big hand to Samyukta and Keshav for their wonderful chanting. And thank you, Aparna, for the chick welcome. Fantastic. Hari Om.
The graduate and families and Swamijis could go ahead and proceed to the dining hall. Only the graduates and families. And please, everybody else, stay behind and just give us a few minutes for them to get settled in.
Wait.
Stay here.
Okay.
I want you to stop. Wait, actually, it's already done. It's already dark outside.
After the cake cutting.
The sun sets at like 1. It's already dark outside. I don't think that's how sunsetting is. It's too dark to take proper view films.
that everybody can come in the picture. That's it? Will the graduates please come? Graduates, still some more. All the graduates, please come. Please come. Graduates. Here. Graduates, please come here. Stand behind. Graduates, please come here.
I just tasted the coldest carrot in my life. Look at the square cake. The icing on it.
Is that everybody?
More than a little, just a little. Well, one piece of icing, one icing. Shorter people come. Mom, go and play.
Everybody say Hari.
You're gonna do this all again for me anyway, don't worry. Alright, when they're all done, you're gonna look at me, so don't worry. Just keep looking at them. Okay, hang on a second. Now can I do it now? All right. So I need all the parents to back up a little bit. Now I need everyone to slide, all the graduates to slide this way a little bit. Slide this way a little bit. A little more. I'll move. She needs to come forward. Close the door. I need you to come forward. I need you to come forward. Can you come forward? Ananya, can you let him in a little bit? All right. Rishi, can you close the door? Okay. Try to. All right, everyone's gonna look here. Everyone getting it real tight. No, you don't have to bend down, just get it tight. Okay, you ready? Stay there. Okay, everyone look at me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you're gonna stay there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Not coming out. All right, no problem. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Take a look at here.
Cut it already, I'm going to eat it. Okay, who's going to help with the cutting?
I think you are going to do.
You start now? Hold on. They can cut, we'll start chanting. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha Atha Panchadashodhyayah Purushottamayotah Shri Bhagavan Vacha Urdhvamoolamadash Ashvattham Prahuravyayam Chandansi Yasya Parnani Yasam Veda Saveda Adashotvam Prasitastasya Shaka Gunapravriddha Vishaya Pramana Adasya Mulanyanusandadani Karmanubandhini Manushya Loke Narupamasyeva Tatopalabhyate Nanto na chadir na cha sampratishta Ashvattamenam suvirudamulam Asanta shastrena dridhena chitva Tatah padam tat parimarditavyam Yasmin gatana nivartanti bhuyaha Tameva chadyam purusham prapadye Yatah pravritti prasuta purani Nirvana mohajita sangadosha Adhyatma nitya vinivritta kama बोलिए श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय।